Hello everyone, my name is Rafael Tosetto and I'm here to present my work on the technology update. Today I'm going to talk about a new feature on the tennis world, which is the smart tennis court and the technology behind it. To be considered smart, a tennis court needs to have technology installed to it permanently. The technology cannot interfere with the players during the match at all, and it can be either sensors, radars, cameras, lasers, and etc. They are starting to be official during competitions, and they can have their use for line calls, match statistics, video replays, data analytics for fan engagement, and streaming. The newest technology on the smart tennis court is the Hawkeye Live. So the Hawkeye technology. The Hawkeye technology has been around tennis for more or less 15 years, and it's a tracking system based on the principles of camera triangulation. And what is it used for? As you can see on the image, the Hawkeye technology is used to clarify to the player where the ball actually bounces. So whenever you're playing tennis and the umpire makes a call that you think it's wrong on the biggest tournaments of the tour, you can appeal to this call basing your appeal on technology. So you request to the chair umpire a view of your shot, and the video is gonna show you where the ball actually bounced. As you can see on the image, this ball was in. The player probably won the point with his appeal. So the technology uses visual images and timing data captured from high-speed cameras set up around the stadium. It helps the game by clarifying those calls and not making a lot of polemic around it. The Hawkeye technology can also be used as statistics for the players and the shots and rallies. This is very common during tennis broadcasting, television, commentators using images like this to demonstrate to the audience how players are putting effects, spins on their shots and how much the balls are bouncing and the speed of the ball, and all of that is only possible because of the Hawkeye technology. Hawkeye history. The Hawkeye was invented in 1999 by Paul Hawkins. It was first used on a cricket match in 2001, and its first appearance on the tennis world was in 2002 on a Davis Cup match. The Davis Cup is the tennis World Cup, is the competition among countries. In 2003, it was used on a Grand Slam for the first time. It became official on tennis in 2005, and since then, all the biggest tournaments of the tour have the Hawkeye technology, so the players can rely on it whenever they question an umpire's call. After 2007, because of the success of the Hawkeye technology, other sports like soccer tried its use, but they are not really using it since then. How does it work? So the Hawkeye technology is based on high-speed cameras that are set up around the stadium way above the court. As you can see on the images, the cameras track everything on the tennis court, and they are mainly used to capture the ball's trajectory from different angles. It creates a three-dimensional trajectory of the ball showing that exactly bounce. And then they give all this information to computers that are inside the stadium, and these computers give back this information to the chair umpire that can tell the players what was the outcome of their appeal. The Hawkeye technology has a 3.6 millimeter accuracy, which is honestly way better than any human being. So the Hawkeye Live, what is the difference from the Hawkeye Live for the Hawkeye that we have for 15 years on the tour? The Hawkeye Live basically is going to make all the calls of the game. Therefore, it needs way more technology, way more software power, way more computer power, and also needs to have microphones coupled to it. They need to have a sound system and everything. And why that? So as I explained it, The Hawkeye technology, it used to only be used whenever the player appeal to the call. Nowadays, the Hawkeye Live is gonna make all the calls, so you don't have line umpires anymore. So whenever you're playing, the ball is out. The Hawkeye Live is gonna give an electronic voice saying that the ball was out. An interesting fact is that on Australian Open this year, they used voices from the frontline medicals that worked fighting COVID-19, and this was very interesting and very good to place a tribute to them. The Hawkeye Live is still very expensive technology, being only available on the biggest tournaments of the tour. Even some Grand Slams cannot afford to have it. Only Australian Open, the US Open use it so far. And the price tag to fit one court with Hawkeye Live is reportedly between $60,000 and $70,000. So imagine placing that around 14 or 15 courts that they use normally have to make a tournament like this. A downside of this new technology is that it's gonna make hundreds of line umpires lose their job. I brought also some competitors for the Hawkeye technology, and the biggest competitor for them is the Fox Team technology. The Fox Team technology was founded in 2012 to compete against the status quo that the Hawkeye technology placed on tennis. So the Fox Team technology is based on 40 ultra high speed cameras and 10 high speed lasers placed around the court. So different from the Hawkeye technology, the Fox Team technology, they have the cameras on the ground. They don't have the cameras on high above. And their explanation to that is that they say that the Hawkeye technology can lose accuracy because of vibrating from the stadium or some bird flying in front of the camera that makes it lose its accuracy. So they claim that their technology is even more accurate than the Hawkeye technology. The cameras that they placed on the court are on the end of the court lines at the ground level instead of just high above, as I said. They were experimented this year on a clay court tournament, which is interesting because the Hawkeye technology was never used on a clay court tournament because tennis players, they say that on clay court, you can actually see the mark of the ball. So you don't need the Hawkeye technology, would only making more polemics around it. So the Fox Team was using on the Madrid Multi Open, which is a clay court tournament. It was kind of a new thing for tennis this year. Another big competitor for Hawkeye technology is the Flight Scope tennis. It was developed in 1984 and it started as a referee of office system and as tennis radars. So in the beginning, Flight Scope, it was only used to track the speed of the balls and to track the point of the game, give the referee the point by point tracking of the game. And now it's starting to be multi-purpose. It serves as live scoring system, line calling system, which also consists of ball tracking and player tracking. The line call system of the Flight Scope consists of 4 high-speed cameras for ball tracking and another 8 cameras dedicated to the line call. I'm not aware of any tournament that is using the Flight Scope tennis for line calling yet, but it's a very big thing for the scoring system nowadays. Conclusion. New technologies have always been welcome in the tennis world. The tennis world has always been changing to new things. The material of the rackets has improved over the years. The material of the tennis court, the material of the tennis ball, everything was changing during those last few years. And technology to line call is not different. So the Hawkeye is very important to bring more fairness to the game. And so far it's been highly accepted among the top players. They have been giving interviews saying that they are very in favor of this change because they think that the sport is gonna be even more fair, and that's good for them because they don't need to appeal for calls. Their calls are gonna be made really quick, and this is a good thing also for television. New technologies has been around to improve everything, and on sports is not different. A smart tennis card with the Hawkeye or any other technology are able to map the player's action, give feedback about their performance, and it makes it easier for everyone, the coach, the players, to study their game and improve everything, all aspects of their game. So this is being revolutionary so far. We don't know how far the Hawkeye technology can go on tracking the players, giving feedback about their performance. So far, it's using mainly for the line calling system, but we don't know what the top players have access. Like the statistics can really help them to improve, and this is only bringing good stuff for the sport. So it's very good to have these new technologies. Those are my references that I use to complete this work. Thank you all for watching.